Hello, here's an update on the commodities futures market on energy and the metal especially. So let's get cracking with this video that is for educational purpose only. There's no advice or recommendation whatsoever. So we'll start with the gold future that this morning here has touched the 61.8 retracement of this sell-off or this correction here following this uptrend, and then a correction down to 50%, bouncing up to the 61.8 retracement at 47.62. It could continue higher to the 786 retracement and the upper part of the cloud here just around 48.30 and a half. We have the 55 moving average coming down there, the 100 coming up. So I think we could see a push up there and then a likely rejection if we get up there, because it could also coincide with the 60 threshold here on the RSI. If it slides back here the next few days, back below the cloud, back below 46.65, then downtrend could resume, and when we have some support here around 45.10, if that is taken out, well, then we are looking lower towards 42.75. On the silver future, also bounced and is closing in on the 786 retracement there at 8,067, just above the 100 moving average, which is rising. And look at this, the 55 moving average is actually turning around here. We are above that, and that could indicate high levels, and that could also indicate higher levels on gold. So maybe this is the canary in the gold mine and not the coal mine, but also coal, because no, you never know. Anyway, we are in the clouds. RSI is still negative sentiment, but it's very close to 60 threshold. So a move above 60 threshold and closing above, well, then there is a potential higher and uptrend could resume on silver, especially if it takes out 8,324.5, then and a close above. Then there is much higher levels in store. If it's being knocked back down, and it is not unlikely, but given the fact that 55 is turning around, maybe not so much, but let's see, could be a little bit of waiting here. 7,121 takes out that downtrend resuming. The platinum also above the 55 moving average, still negative sentiment on the RSI, but also crawling higher towards the 60 threshold. We're pushing higher. We have reached the 786 retracement of this downtrend here, or this downwards move. And if it takes out 2,110, expect a move up to around 2170 key resistance. A break above and a close above, well, then there's potential higher towards 2300. Palladium, lagging a little bit, but has almost reached the 55 moving average and the 786 retracement here at 1582. And that would be key. Can it break it and push up towards the 1634 key resistance, or will it be knocked back down and still be caught range bound here? If it's sliding back below the cloud, the support here at 1434 could be challenged. And then we have copper, that yesterday and the past 2 days actually has pushed higher above the 614, 615 resistance and is set for higher levels. You can see here it bounced off the 55 moving average just above the 38.2 retracement. So now we can also do this. So we can actually say, all right, we have had this correction. Where could it push to? Well, the 138.2 correction, we are getting close to that, and that is where we have some resistance. But the previous peak up here, just around 658, could be inside. And if we're looking at the weekly chart, and I think that we should do that, bullish trend and positive sentiment indicating likely higher levels on copper. On the energy market that everyone is talking about, and maybe that's why we oversee the metals market a little bit at the moment. Everyone is looking at the oil market, and here we have the WTI crude oil that got smashed the past few days, dipped below the 55 moving average to the lower part of the cloud, and then bounced earlier this morning here a little bit further after the bounce yesterday. But again, testing the 61.8 retracement of this bullish move here. And if we take out the lows from yesterday, then I think it will go straight through the 786 retracement at 87 and 87.06, and we could see it setting back to around $80.50. That the key support down here, and even taking out that could collapse it either. So let's see if it will it will bounce, or will it move lower? For now, it seems quite heavy, but we still have the 55 moving average coming up. You have the 100, still positive sentiment, despite the fact it's pointing lower. So be careful, but keep an eye on the lows from yesterday. Brent crude oil coming up here. Also sold off yesterday below the 61.8 to the 55 moving average, bounced a little bit, but sellers are still in control, has taken control here, and will have another go, possibly down to the 786 retracement there at 94.72. And if it moves below the cloud, well, then we are looking at lower levels. But I have a feeling, and again, we shouldn't feel here, but I just think we could see a bounce from around these levels here, dipping below, and then maybe a bounce. But will it go into a full-blown bullish trend again? That is for now up in the air. It needs at least, and let me adjust this, at least to get up back above 115.30. But for now, we have established a little bit of a bearish trend. Let's see how much it can continue. But for now, sellers are in control. The EU NatGas, well, it didn't get all the way up to 50 euros. It didn't get even to the cloud and to the 38.2 retracement before being knocked down. Still trading, it's trading around the 43.38 pivot line here. Dip to the 786 retracement of this bounce. If it takes out the lows from yesterday and the level, well, it could challenge the 38.15 support here around 38. That is key. Taking out that, well, then it will start closing this gap here and will go for it down to below 32. However, taking out the peak here at 49.25, well, then expect higher levels. The US NatGas, really boring, so I'm not going to say much. It's just humming sideways, no moves in sight. And finally, let's just touch upon gasoline. Gasoline that's been really on fire lately, but has formed these toppies pattern here. Can't really push higher. Turned around, taking back almost 50% of this bullish move there. I could set back a little bit further. If it takes out the lows from yesterday, then I think we could see it maybe down to around 307, 308 down here at around the 786 retracement. However, if fear comes back in the market and it turns around, takes out the peak here at just below 377, well, then we could be looking at 400. All right, that's all for today on the commodities market. There will be an update on the stock market a little bit later. Have a nice day.